Shopping, a play for radio by Robert Miles.
Oh, George! This place looks cute. Shall we have a look and see what they have?
Okay, dear, but don't spend too much. And don't forget, we have to ship the stuff home.
Oh, George, always with the shipping. Let's go in and have a look.
Good day to you, Squire and Lady. Welcome to the Regina Smith Emporium, purveyor of the finest merchandise on this beautiful planet we call Earth.
Hello, young lady. Sure looks like a fine place.
Hello there.
Do I detect the merest hint of an accent? Am I correct in assuming that you are not from around these parts?
Oh, how clever. You're right, we're from the States.
Ah, the good old US of A.
That's right, little lady, California. We've been here visiting some of your amazing sights. A beautiful place you live in. I'm George, and this is my wife, May.
Delighted to meet you. Now, George, may I call you George?
Of course, although they just call me G at the club.
That's the President Club. It's very select. Do you know it?
I believe we have something similar over here. It's called the Hellfire Club. Now, would it be rude to ask what particular perennials you are interested in surveying on this lovely afternoon?
I don't follow.
You British speak so nice.
Yes, we do. We did invent the language after all. What I mean is, what are you interested in the shop? In my shop?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, we head back home tomorrow. We wanted something, a memory of your beautiful little island.
Of course. How about this lovely table? It has Queen Anne legs.
Queen Anne legs?
Yes, do you know of Queen Anne?
Do we, dear?
Yes, of course. She married Captain Mark Phillips. Rides a horse.
Yes, that's right. Anyway, a mould was made of her legs using plaster of Paris, and the legs of this table were made using that very mould. It's the only one of its kind in existence.
Really? Why's that?
Sadly, the mould broke after this table was made, and Anne refused to have another made. She had to sit still for 2 days, you see, and as a horse rider she kept bouncing up and down, ride and trot, ride and trot. Do you get me?
Oh my, we must have it, George. Imagine the look on the face of the Blanchards.
How much, young lady?
Normally I would sell for maybe 9,000. But I've taken a shine to you both. So shall we say £8,000?
I don't know. That's an awful lot for a small table.
Oh, George.
Sold.
Oh, George, you're wonderful.
Are you interested in something else? Something very special?
Oh, yes, please.
Here we have the world's first long-range retrieval device. Amazing, isn't it?
It's a stick.
It does look like a stick, I grant you, but it's not. See the end there? See what's on it? Sticky tape. You can pick up any piece of paper without bending down with this. It's genius.
I'm not sure. Do you have anything else?
Thing is, and I shouldn't really tell you this because the government don't want it to leave the country, but that sticky tape was put on the end of that stick by, and I don't tell everyone this, by the very man himself, Winston Churchill.
Gosh, really?
Oh, yes. He used it to pick up the plans for the invasion of Europe when Eisenhower knocked them off the table in Downing Street. National treasure, this is. If it wasn't for this stick, We would all be living under Nazi rule. Imagine that. Actually, forget it. I couldn't sell it. Not even to people as delightful as yourselves. Forget I even mentioned it, will you?
Ah, well, you've told us now. You should have kept quiet. How does £15 sound?
Oh, really, I couldn't. Not for all the tea in China. My poor mother would turn in her grave if I sold this to a, pardon the expression, foreigner. There is no amount of money I would sell it for. Just isn't right. I can't do it.
George!
£5,000.
6,000.
Done. A pleasure doing business with you. Now, I think we've spent enough, dear. Don't you?
If you say so, dear.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. I've got to get the bedroom suite ready anyway.
Bedroom suite?
Oh, yes. The original bedroom suite. First ever in the world. Belonged to him, the governor. Off with the head, you know.
You mean?
Spot on, madam. This suite belonged to Henry VIII himself. I only got it yesterday, and there's already a lot of interest in it. It's the authenticity, see. I guarantee that everything in this shop is authentic.
Of course.
That bed was the one that Henry slept in. And not just slept in, if you know what I mean. Hey, George.
Well, quite.
There's been a few queens seen his little Hampton in that bed, I can tell you. And then there's the bedside tables. Matching pair. Very rare. He kept his medicines in the top drawer of that one. And in the other one, well, I'm not sure I should say, in front of a lady like.
Oh, do tell, please.
Well, you did ask. He kept a few, shall we say, parchments. For entertaining himself, getting himself in the mood. Know what I mean?
Oh, dear.
Well, some of his queens weren't all that in the looks department.
Not still in there, are they?
Oh no, sadly not. Long gone. Not very hygienic anyway. Some of them were stuck together, I heard. And the other thing he had hidden in there, hidden under the parchments, well, it were his execution warrants. Already filled out with the Queen's names on. Just waiting to be signed. Can you believe that?
Astounding.
Yes, he were a one, was Henry. And there's the rug. Genuine tiger skin. Lay on Henry's bedroom floor for years. Who knows what it could say if it could talk?
Now, did you say this was a genuine tiger?
Everything is genuine in here, Squire.
But this here label says made in China.
Does it? Well, of course it does. It's where the tiger came from. It were a Chinese tiger. Best tigers, Chinese tigers.
Oh my! How wonderful, George! How much is it?
Now calm down, dear. The lady already said other people were interested. We may not be able to get it.
Let's see. The bed, the bedside tables, and there's the dresser. You'll want the dresser. Completes the set. And of course it's rumoured that Anne Boleyn hid a golden locket in that. Priceless it is. Secret compartment, apparently. Buggered if I can find it, though.
Oh, how exciting!
And there's the rug. Authentic Chinese tiger.
How much? Give us a price.
I should say I turned down £50,000 yesterday from Tom Cruise. I said to him, Tom, I said, that bed is too big for you. It would be wasted.
A price! Give us a price!
We simply must have it, George.
A price for such a thing is difficult to come up with.
$100,000.
Pounds.
£100,000. Done.
You have been excellent.
Here's my cheque for the full amount. I'll send a courier around tomorrow.
Of course, it's been my pleasure.
Now, before we go, may I ask, are you also interested in purchasing certain items of a valuable nature? Certain unusual items.
What do you have in mind?
George, you said you wouldn't.
Do you know the Golden Gate Bridge?
George.
I know of it.
And are you aware that Disney intend to replace it with a glass and crystal bridge? With a castle in the middle?
No, I wasn't.
And the original is to be sold?
Oh,
An amazing thing to have in your shop, don't you think? And I have procured the selling rights. I could have it here by next Tuesday.
$1 million.
Pounds.
Sold.